Hi, fourth grade, Miss Petchbody here. So this is the video for week 5, day 3. All right, this is aligned to our Eureka Math curriculum, module 5, lesson 11. So we did do this before we left, before school closed, but I know that was a long time ago, so you may have forgotten. So our learning target for today is I can use a tape diagram and number line to explain fraction equivalence. All right, and we remember that the word equivalence means a fraction that is equal to. All right, and then we know that we're, excuse me, we're going to be using a tape diagram and a number line. Okay, so for our daily warm-up, complete the number bond and write the number signs to match the tape diagram. So here we're just reviewing decomposing a fraction, all right, into unit fractions. Remember, unit fractions are fractions that have a 1 as the numerator, like 1/4, 1/3, and so on. All right, so if I look here, I can see that the whole tape diagram is one whole. I can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 total pieces, all right, and 4 total pieces are shaded in. So if I'm looking at this one, I know that this is going to be 1/4. I'm decomposing this as 1/4, and 1/4, and 1/4. All right, so if I was going to write a number sentence, I could say 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 4/4, which is the same as 1 whole. So here in my number bond, I have 1 as my total, and I'm going to decompose this the same way I did my tape diagram. So in each circle, I'm going to write 1/4. Okay, moving down to the new learning. This is an example. So it has us label each number line with fractions that are shown on the tape diagram. Right, so here they showed 1/2, right? 1 unit is shaded in out of a total of 2 units, so 1/2. And then they also made the number line here and showed this as 1/2 on the number line. Okay. Then they did the same thing below. They broke this up into fourths. Okay, and then they showed that 2/4 is the same as 1/2. All right. On the next page, again, this is just a little more review. Up at the top, if you want to go through that. I'm going to skip down to the let's try since I'm here explaining it to you. I'm basically just going to be explaining the same thing that they did underneath the new learning. Okay, so it says label the number line with the fraction shown on the tape diagram. Circle the fraction that labels the point on the number line that also names the shaded part of the diagram. And they already did that for you. So let's look at this tape diagram. I can see that it has 4 total units, which is why they made the denominator 4, and then they shaded in 1 unit. Okay, so I know that this is 0/4. I know that this right here on the tape diagram is representing 1/4, so I'm going to put 1/4 on my number line right here. All right, if I look at this part of the number line, I know that's going to be the same as 2/4. All right, then I know that this right here is going to be 3/4. And then, of course, 1 whole is going to be the same as 4/4. All right. All right, at the top of the next page, it says partition a number line from 0 to 1 into fifths. Decompose 2/5 into 4 equal lengths. So again, take it step by step. It says partition the number line from 0 into 1/5. So they did that by creating these 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and then of course your 5th line is going to be the same as 1 whole right here. And now we just need to label it. So they started with 0/5, so I know that next is going to be 1/5, then 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and then they already gave us 5/5, which is the same as 1 whole. Okay, so we did this first part right here. Now we need to decompose 2/5 into 4 equal lengths. So real quick, I'm just going to look at 2/5 and I'm going to draw a little bracket. So I know that this is this, sorry, that is not a very good line. This is the section that I'm looking at right here. That is the section that I need to decompose into 4 equal lengths. So right now I have 1, 2 lengths, right? So if I want to have 4 equal lengths, that means I'm going to divide them in half, right? So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to put a line right here and put a line right here, okay? So now I'm just going to do it on the rest of the number line and see again, I did make 4 equal lengths because I have 1 length here, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 equal lengths between 0 and 2/5. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and just keep going on the rest of the number line so that it's even. All right. And now it says write a number sentence using multiplication to show what fraction is represented on the number line that is equivalent to 2/5. Okay, so if I broke these up, right, I decomposed this into equal lengths. So I have now created an equivalent fraction. So let's see what my denominator is here now that I created more lines. So this is still 0 right here. This is going to be 1 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? So that means now I've created tenths. So here under 0/5, I'm going to write 0/10. All right. This line right here is going to give me 1/10. Okay. This line right here, 1/5, is going to be the same as 2/10. All right. This next line right here is going to be 3/10. The next one, I'm going to keep going, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and 10/10, which is the same as 1 whole. All right, so now they want to know what fraction represented on the number line is equivalent to 2/5. So right here is where I have 2/5. So what fraction did I write here? I can see that it's 4/10, but if they need me to use multiplication, I can say, okay, I started with 2/5 times 2, which is what they wrote right here. 2 times 2 is 4, and then 5 times 2 is 10. So I can see that 4/10 is equivalent to 2/5. Okay. Moving on down. Now we're going to write a number sentence using division to show what fraction is represented. So again, same thing. Now we're just starting with 4/10, right? Because we're using division, so we're doing the opposite. So they started with 4/10 here, and they divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So you got 2/5, which was our original fraction here. Okay. Going to the next page. This is your problem set. All right. So again, we're going to label each number line with the fraction shown on the tape diagram. Circle the fraction that labels the point on the number line that also names the shaded part on the tape diagram. All right, so here I can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total units. So I know that means my denominator is going to be 8. All right, so I know that this is going to be 0/8, right? And then this is going to be 8/8, which is the same as 1 whole. So now I'm just going to label my number line 1/8, 2/8, and so on. Okay, and as you can see where I have 1 2/8 shaded in, it is lined up with 2/8 on the number line right there. Okay, and it just wants us to circle that fraction, so I'm going to circle 2/8. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the next one. So again, I can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total units. So I know that my denominator is going to be 12. So I'm going to label this from 0/12 to 12/12. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to just see which fraction lines up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4/12 shaded in, and I can see that this lines up right here with 4/12 on the number line. So I'm going to circle that fraction. And that's all we are doing for number 1 and 2. All right, now it says number 3, partition a number line from 0 to 1 into 6. Decompose 2 6 into 4 equal lengths. So let's just start with the beginning. We are going to partition a number line from 0 to 1 into 6. Okay, so here is my number line. All right, and then I'm going to partition it from 0 to 1 into 6. So this is going to be 0, 6, which is also 0. And then I know this will be 6, 6, which is also 1. All right, so halfway will be 3, 6. So that's 1, 6, 2, 6. All right, so your number line should look just like mine. Okay, so I partitioned a number line from 0 to 1 into 6. Now I need to decompose 2 6 into 4 equal lengths. So again, I'm looking from here, 0, 6 to 2 6. Right now it is 1, 2 equal lengths, so I need to make it into 4 equal lengths. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to cut these in half. Now I have 4 equal lengths, so I'm going to do it on the whole number line just to make it even. And now I'm going to figure out what my new number line is. So now instead of 6 pieces, total pieces, I have 1, 2, 3, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total pieces, right? So this is going to be the same as 0 twelfths now, right? 3 sixths, if I do twelfths in half, this is going to be the same as 6 twelfths. And 1 whole is going to be the same as 12 twelfths. So now it wants me to write a number using multiplication to show what fraction, I think it means number sentence, write a number sentence using multiplication to show what fraction represented on the number line is equivalent to 2 6. So we're looking at 2 6 and we want to know, okay, what fraction is equivalent to 2 6? Okay, so I want you to think, okay, when we decompose this, right, we decomposed it into 4 equal lengths. Okay, so we have 2 6, and we know that here we had 0 twelfths and 6 twelfths. So we have 1 12th, 2 12ths, 3 12ths, 4 12ths. So that means 4 12ths is going to be the same as 2 6, and now we need to write a multiplication sentence. Right, so 2 times what gives me 4? I know 2 times 2. And 6 times what gives me 12? I know it's 2. All right, so now we've written our multiplication sentence. 2 6 times 2 is going to give me 4 twelfths. All right, now it wants us to write a number sentence using division. So again, now we're just going to start with this fraction because we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to say 4 twelfths. And now we're going to divide. All right, so instead of multiplying, so 4 twelfths divided by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 12 divided by 2 is 6. So that is going to give us 2 6 as our equivalent fraction. All right, please reach out if you have any questions, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.